59% of Indian employees experience burnout at work consistently, which is one of the highest in the globe, as per research done by McKinsey Health Institute. You know what does that mean? It simply means that we are not strategically building habits and reset routines that can help us avoid those burnout in the short term and in the long term. And you know what? In this podcast, I'm going to be helping you start building those strategies that's going to help you reset your own energy state, your own focus, your own, the kind of feeling that you have of burning out or having that energy drain by using some simple mechanisms. Are you ready for it? Let's beat burnout. The first strategy I want to share with you today through this podcast is a mental reset strategy. And if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, you can actually go ahead and search for GAP. That's GAP, GAP meditation technique. And this technique I created for myself because I wanted to have those mental reset between those three major activities, three chunks of activities that I'm going to be performing in any given working day, or in fact, in any given day. How does that work? So let's say you have three major tasks. Okay. So which means you have two gaps between these three major tasks, and you have a initial starting point before you start of the first task, right? All you have to do is just before you start the first task, get on and do a gap meditation. And gap stands for this. G is for gratitude, A is for the attitude you want to bring in to the next moment, and P is for the plan of action. What's the plan of action you want to take? Simple strategies, right? So before you start the very first activity for the day, do a 2 minute. It need not be a 20-minute thing. Just a 2 minute, 3 minute, or in a lot of cases, 1 minute. You know what? I want to challenge you to spend 2 to 3 minutes between those major tasks following this gap meditation technique. Okay. So you start before the first big activity for the day. And as soon as you complete that first activity, you don't jump into the next one immediately. You give yourself a gap. You give yourself a gap and you do this meditation technique again. Again, if you want to follow what it is, I'll leave the whole the full link of that in the description here. You can just go and have that guided meditation for you. Okay, just follow that and you can do it. So between task 1 and 2, again do it. Between task 2 and 3, again do a gap. Give some gap for yourself, for your mental energies. You know what happens? Most of the time, the energy drain is not just because of thinking and making decisions and all that. It's simply because we never gave rest for our eyes. I hope this is making sense to you. We never kind of strategically closed our eyes and gave our visual apparatus some rest. So that's the first mental reset strategy for you. Okay, if you got it and if you are already liking it, please don't forget to leave and subscribe to this. Okay, the second thing, the second reset which I'm very conscious about, and if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, I want to show this. The second mental reset happens through this. This is a simple egg kitchen timer. You can hear the ding sound on this. So what happens is whenever I sit to work, right? Whenever I sit to work, I turn it around, just twist it, set it to 45 minutes as the time, put it on my desk and just do the work. And it's not a digital device. I also prefer not to use digital devices when I'm doing the work. Okay, twist it 45 minutes, which means at the end of 45 minutes, when it rings, you just get up, get out of the seat, have some fresh air, drink some water, do something else. It can even be a gap meditation or just some jumping jacks. Basically, renew your energy back. Simple. That's the second strategy. And if you start incorporating this, you will be a different person energetically. You will never know what burnout means. Okay. So that's the second strategy for you. And the third one, the third strategy is I would call it the work life transition reset. Okay, when when you have closed out your work, you've come back home, or let's say if you're working from home like me, when you close out the work, be present, get back to your presence, and ask yourself, with your eyes closed, with three deep breaths done, ask yourself this question: who do you want to be when you step into your house again, you step into your home again? Who do you want to be? Just be in that moment. Know what phrases, what words come to you. Become intentional. Have that reset before you step in, because you know what? A lot of times we carry forward that stress, that the fight that we sometimes have at work, or those just those thoughts that we haven't yet released at work, which we just carry forward, and just because someone is an easy target, we just go and bash them up, isn't it? I'm not saying that to you. A lot of times that happens not because that person is essentially bad, but they did not have an energy reset. That builds up, it not just creates a personal burnout, it creates relationship burnout, it creates health burnouts, a lot of other things. So 3 simple strategies to start off this year in an amazing way, so that you feel that energy, stay energetic, avoid the burnout. And if you like this, please drop a comment if that's possible here. And as I said, please do subscribe, like this video if it added some value to you. And I look forward to catching up with you in the next episode of Performance Edge podcast, the podcast which is strategically created to give you literally strategies, ways to look at things, and ways to create that performance edge for you. Thank you so much for watching and hearing this. This is Karthik signing off. I'll catch you soon in the next one. Take care.